Hello and welcome to Not Alma. We're going to be doing a first look at the Plains and Prairies DLC. Hopefully you guys like what you see. If you guys have any questions, ask them down in the comment section down below. Let's get right to it. Now, we're going to be looking at... Oh, hey, I should probably do that. Turn that down a little bit. We're going to be looking at the vehicles and going through all their setups and everything else like that, and probably using them a little bit. Now, just to let you guys know, I do have precision farming turned on. So that way, you know, if you guys are running it, we can see how it works with that as well. But we're definitely going to be taking a deep dive into, well, all the equipment, and then we're going to go see how well it runs. But we're going to start off with the big boy, also known as Big Roy. Now, it is aptly named. Let's walk over here. We can do this and this. Not very much that you can do with Big Roy. Okay? It has 600 horsepower. It goes 12 miles an hour. It weighs 26.1 tons. Oof. And it's an 8-wheeler. Yeah, that's... You know what? I got nothing on that. This is actually kind of cool. I've always really liked Big Roy. I remember having a toy tractor of Big Roy growing up. But we're gonna have to leave you. I'm sorry, Big Roy. You're still my favorite. But we're gonna move over here to the Ford and the Versatile 1156. Now, you can have big tires on this. I do love the fact that we have Ford coming here. I'm not so sure that this means that we can get Ford like vehicles and stuff like that. So I don't think that's going to be a thing, but I could be wrong. But don't hold your breath, okay? Regardless, let's come in here and look at the, well, configurations that we can have. We got a Midas, Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, BKTs, Vadersteins, and we're back to Midas. So we have the wide tires, which are big old chunky boys. We can also have additional weights. Okay, we can have 2,000 kilograms of additional weight. Now this is all going on a little weight rack in the back. You know, just helps add some stability and weight whenever you need it. I have a feeling that this is going to be really good for packing down some silage and stuff like that. You can add your Acerio compact, you know, just like you normally could before. But other than that, again, not very many options. But there are some more tire options. I'll get to you in a second. Now, if we come over here, see, we got triples. Look at them hips. So wide. They almost touch. Almost. But yeah, no. There isn't really much difference from what I can tell with the Versatile and the Ford. They are pretty much the exact same in setups. So just let that be known. Also, they only do 12 miles an hour. I feel like they do more than that in real life, but I'm not a tractor expert, so I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. Next up, Versatile 620 DT. Well, I have it set up as a 620. We come over here. We'll go in here. We have the engine setups for the 530, 580, and 620. So that'll be 583 horsepower, 638 horsepower, and 665 horsepower, respectively. Now, we do actually have some different wheel setups. You have your broad and your normal crawler tracks. Not a lot, but there is some choices. Now, regardless, actually, you know what? Actually, we'll go and do a startup after we're done. So, onto the Ford and the Versatile 976s. Come over here. Look at the Ford. So, still have your normal options for your tires. You know, you can have narrow twins, twin wides, narrow twins, pretty much throughout. You get over here to your trailer boards, you can have your singles. Big ol' chunky boys. Even chunkier. And here we go. Now, this is actually kind of nice because you can have narrows on this tractor. Unfortunately, solid horsepower, 365 horsepower, 12 miles an hour again. But kind of cool thing, you can have a front weight, which is hidden up underneath, and you can have additional rear weights. Yeah, this right here is definitely going to be a silage packing machine. And with the versatile 976, same things. Exact same options. They're pretty much just new paint job, I think. Yeah. But we're going to move on to some newer equipment. Or tractors, I should say. We got the versatile 365. Now, this is a newer style, I would say, tractor. We can start off with the 275, which is 300 horsepower, the 295, which is 320, and the 315 with 340, and the 335 with 370, and the 365 with 400. I should have taken a bigger breath on that one. Goodness. So, plenty of options whenever it comes to horsepower, anywhere from 3 to 400 horsepower. Now, you got your standard options for your wheels and everything else, or your wheel brands. Wheel setups are going to be your standards, your mediums, your wides, your narrows, your rear narrows, which I'm wondering if those front tires are still narrows. We're going to test that here in a little bit. You can have your up to 550 kilograms of front weight, and that goes 120, 240, 360, 550. So in increments of 120, I do believe. My math is correct. It probably isn't. 120. No, yeah, because we're going from 360 to 550, so whatever that'll be at. But you can also have different attachers. You have your EU, which is, your mid, and then your lower ball, and then just your US standard pin. And here's the one that I'm kind of excited for. This little versatile 255 CVT. And the versatile V7, which is the loader for this particular tractor. Now, we'll come in here, we'll look at the... Can't really customize the versatile V7, but we'll look at the 255, or the 175, I should say. Which, yeah, the Nemesis 175 that comes as 195, then 195 that comes with 215, the 210 that comes with 220, and that is it. You have your standard wheel brands. You're going to have your standard wheel size, your medium, your wides, your narrows, your rear narrows, which we're definitely going to test these front tires because sometimes those front tires, even though they're just as skinny, they still destroy the crop. And you have your narrows all around, which that should be just fine. You can have a 3-point, no front attacher, 40, 80, 120, 160, 200, all the way up to a 400 kilogram additional weight up front. But we're going to leave this with a 3-point, even though, I mean, American style is most likely going to be this way. We do have the front loader attacher option on this because, well, I like having a little bit of a front loader. Now, before we move on into... Oh, actually, you know what? We should probably come over here and look at the sprayers and the fertilizer spreaders. Now, here we have the Fendt Rogator 937H, which we're not going to look at all three that I have out here. But, okay, so this one is set up with the Air Max R2 fertilizer spreader. It has... 21 meters of width. It holds 7,220 liters of fertilizer. This does not do lime. And it goes 36 miles an hour. You could have your 937, which is 365 horsepower, your 932 at 315, your 34 at 339. Jeez, there's so many threes to say. It's kind of a tongue twister. I am no DJ Go Ham. But we also got the 934H, which the only real difference on this one, I think the H is for the height of your lights up here, that we can kind of see over your taller crops, also like your corn and stuff like that. You have your normal, typical, you know, wheel brands. Some of them are only wide, but you have, we'll start over here, trailer board. You got your narrows, your wides, and that's it. I also have the Acereo compact on here, but let's go over here. This one's already set up to look at it. So on this particular configuration, we have the Liquid Logic Sprayer. That is a tongue twister. Same options for the engine, wheel brand, everything else, but you have a 1100 and 1300 gallon tank setup. You can have a working width of 27 meters, 30 meters, 36 meters, and 40 meters. Now this also does have weed spot spraying and pulse width modulation, as well as the Acereo compact. So that is quite nice. And then you have the dry box, which there's not really much to it. Again, this only does fertilizer. I don't know, but not really much to it. I have it kind of set up the way I think it would be, you know, but yeah, these are kind of cool. Another thing is the International. Yes, the International. We have another semi, and I actually like this semi. We can have the day cab, high rise, sky rise, back to the day cab. So we have engine setups of 370 horsepower, 400, 430, 450, 470, and 515. It's actually kind of nice because the number on it tells you the amount of horsepower. Now for the day cab, you can take the aero parts off. You can make your front bumper plastic or painted. You can have front mirrors, no front mirrors, sun shield, everything. But yeah, there's plenty of customization to do with these. You know, you can remove your mirrors. You can have a bigger tank setup with some of these, which I think is actually pretty neat. If, you know, you're like some people we know that tend to run out of fuel quite often, you might want to have a bigger tank setup. But yeah, I am going to take a quick breather because my throat's starting to hurt. And we'll be right back. I think it's time to do a startup. Yeah. So that right there is actually pretty cool. I do have my head tracker on, but your ladders and everything fold in and fold out. Let's start this up. Ooh, in cab. I like it. Hold on. Can we? Ooh. I need to get auto steer on this. Yep. No, I'm gonna play farm sim while I farm. Because we have a TV in here. I know it's for a camera, but still. I'm actually kind of impressed with the details on this. It looks really nice. Outside. Pretty tame sounding, I would say. I like it. I really do. It's Big Roy. What's not to like? Oh, that shut off. That shutdown is nice. You know what? We're gonna look at the 1156 for this. Ooh. I like that. That sounds good. Oh, 1156 sounds really, really good. It just screams, I'm loud, I'm in charge. I like it. Oh. Okay. Par for the course for the engine shutdown. Ooh, this fort. Man, we are running through the gears fast on that. Okay, this 976. I'm impressed. You definitely scream, I got little guy complex, because you are quite loud and aggressive sounding. I like it. Oh, they even got the rattle of the hood. Oh, that sounds good. That sounds really good. Okay, the 365. You know, this sounds like a pretty typical farm sim tractor. I'm not gonna lie. Drives pretty well. This is actually one of the faster pieces of equipment that we have. It goes 26 miles an hour. I don't know if I talked about it, but yeah, no, I like it. No, not the 56. I wanted the big boy. There we go. Engine sounds actually pretty good. I like it. It's not screaming at you, but you know it's there. You know it's running. Well done, Giants. Well done. I don't know how I feel about the air brakes. Okay. Inside. Details pretty well done. I definitely like it. I definitely like it a lot. You can even hear the shake and rattle of it shutting down. Yep, I'll take it. The Nemesis, on the other hand, I'm already a fan. All right, something that we can get. How much horsepower can we get in this one again? 272 horsepower and still have a front loader on? Yeah, I'll take it. I'm a fan of front loaders. This does 32 miles an hour, so it's kind of a speedy little guy. I like it. I don't. Again, air brakes. Not really a fan of that. Shutdown sounds pretty good. Now here, I know this is what you guys are looking for. Okay. It's not loud, it's not proud, but definitely, you know, you're pretty typical. Yeah, you're pretty typical farm sim, semi. But it definitely gets the work done. It's nice. I'll admit it. It's nice. But onto the pull behind equipment. We have the Vaderstat Seedhawk 84. Now, no configurations. All right. So it will always be the planting unit in front of the seed cart. Okay. We can do some things with the Vaderstat PD 1000 or the cart that you pull behind it. You can add your rear twins. I just went with the wides. I like it. I like the way it looks. But no, we have the Vaderstat Seedhawk back in game. Bad news is, only Big Roy and the 620 can really use this. And only the 620 can use this one, if I remember correctly. Nope, random save. Let's go over here. Look at this. Oh no, Big Roy can use this one as well. So we have your Salford Independent Series 1260. It is a disc. It is a shallow disc, but it's still a disc. So come in here, customize it. no customization. Takes 600 horsepower, has an 18 meter width, 11 miles an hour. Also, I probably should have told you that over here on the Seahawk. I'm not used to doing these if you can't tell. So, Seahawk, 25.6 meters, 7 miles an hour planting speed. You know, I think that's what we had last time we had the Seahawk. I can't remember back when that was. I think that was 19, I believe. But now we have something new. The Vaderstat Tempo K24. I'm actually kind of excited for this one. Always love a new seeder. So, come in here. Not really much to it, but 11,000 liters is your capacity. Takes 365 horsepower, 18 meters wide, and you can plant at 12 miles per hour. I love it. I really do. Now, we got the big boy. We got the Brant 2500 DXT. Oh, looks good. But there is a major problem. I mean, other than, you know, your capacity is 88,000 liters. Holy cow. That is a very big boy. But takes 500 horsepower to use it. Has to be expected. Like I've said before, it is a big boy. Move over here to the Salford again. But this time, it is the Air Boom applicator. One thing you can really do is mess with the wheel brands. It has an 18,700 liter capacity. Takes 360 horsepower. Has a 22 meter width. And unfortunately, it also only does fertilizer. I feel like these should be doing lime as well, but whatever. Now, moving on to the Trout Live Bottom. And this is actually kind of cool. We can mess with our colors, but it holds 36.4 meters cubed, which is 36,400 liters. But you guys, if we come up over in here, as you guys can see, it holds everything, which is pretty nice. It is a bulk trailer. I always appreciate a good bulk trailer. This also has a pretty neat way of unloading. It picks the rear end up in the air and unloads that way, which is one of the options. We'll get into it here once we start showing things off. But moving over here to the other semi-trailer, we have the GEA Pro Manure E2764. Yeah, it's just a slurry trailer. Nothing real special about it. We can change up your rim color, your license plate. Holds 39.8 meters cubed, which is 39,800 liters. Then we also have the Pro Manure E2758 or the Farm Technology EL48 8D79. It's a lot of numbers. We got the bigger slurry spreader. I think that'll be the easier way to tell them apart. So you come in here, you can change up your attacher types, your wheel brands as usual. You can have your John Deere manure sensing if you have precision farming turned on. It has a 16 meter spreading width, takes 350 horsepower, holds 35,900 liters, and it works at 9 miles an hour. Now, to the very end, we got the little guy. You know, they always say save the best for last, right? The GA 6D 4800 is pretty nice. You can change up your attacher types. You can have your pin type and your ball type, but we have John Deere manure sensing as well, just like the other one. This holds 21,800 liters, takes 220 horsepower, and has a spreading width of 16 meters, and also a 9 mile per hour working speed. I like it. I think these are going to get used a lot. I I know I'm going to be using all of this stuff. But, I know that I'm going to be using this stuff pretty much right away. Yeah. Let's go see how well it works. So, I'm over here with the sprayer. Seems to be working pretty well. It's actually spraying pretty quickly. Yeah, it seems to be spreading pretty evenly. Yeah, no, this is actually working pretty well. I would say, yeah. If you're running precision farming, run it. Definitely run it. Now, let's test out everything else. Now, just for clarification, if you guys don't know this about the precision farming, I am running with realistic spread pattern turned off, speed dependent application turned off, but for this one, we'll turn it on. We'll see how well it works with all of this running as well. Come on. Thank you. So, crank this on for the grass field because, well, we do have the wide tires on, and I'm sorry, I can't for the life of me go and drive out in the middle of a cornfield with tires and crop destruction turned off. But no, this is actually seems to be spreading pretty even, pretty well. Granted, you know, we're not having to put on an absolute terrible amount, so I guess I'm gonna have to go in here. But yeah, no, even driving normally, it is keeping up. So yeah, no, I would definitely say that Giants got this part right. Now here is the part that I am the most curious about. It's the disc spreader. I'm curious on how well that'll work out. Now, I did say that I was going to show you something cool about this trailer. So, hit left bumper, use your right joystick. You can raise this thing up in the air. So instead of needing a auger or anything else to fill up your spreaders or anything, your fertilizer or your lime spreader, you can now do it this way, which I think is pretty neat and is definitely quite useful. Because now, instead of needing 3 pieces of equipment, or, well, technically 4 pieces of equipment to do a field, you can just drive out your semi and your spreader and you'll be good to go. Now, let's see how well this works. Can we break it? We can. We can definitely break it. So, if you're going in a straight line, it seems to be working just fine. But, yeah, other than that, you can still over apply, which I do not particularly like. We're gonna go back over here, turn this off, because I think with your realistic spread pattern, that is definitely going to be somewhere where you're going to be having more issues with that when it comes to the discs than the disc spreaders than anything else. But when it comes to grass, it's working out just fine. It has a wonderful spreading width, just like you would expect from this style of fertilizer. I like it. Yeah, it's working out pretty well. Now, how does the planter run? We should probably check that. Now, something that I kind of like whenever it comes to the Seed Hawk is well, you know what? I'll just show you. We don't have enough, you know, planters and seeders that are direct drill. But now we have one that is absolutely massive. And if you guys didn't think that we weren't going to use Big Roy for this, you're wrong. I don't know why. It just feels right. Unfortunately, we can't go, you know, very fast with this. I mean, I could if I had realistic speed, but yeah, no, as it looks right now, it is on the precision side doing pretty well. We should definitely turn on our crop sensor. That should help. No, it is handling this pretty well. Yeah, there we go. Now it looks like we are putting down the right amounts. Yeah, no, this is... I like this pack. I think it's going to be wonderful. I'm really glad that they are finally giving, you know, the US a little bit of love. I don't know. We're definitely going to be looking at all this stuff over on stream here later today. And mind you, this is coming out as soon as I can put it out. But yeah, no, later today, if you guys are watching this on the day of the release. Yeah, we'll be going live looking at all this stuff. Yeah, no, I think this is a pretty good pack. Also, since that one was direct, I never checked. Okay, no, your cedar is not direct, but your planter is. Okay. All right, or cedar, and I always get those confused. They're both planters to me. What are they? Okay, so your cedar is direct drill. Your planter is not. All right. No, that is kind of an overview of the Plains and Prairies. I like it. Hopefully you guys do as well. If you guys do and you guys want to pre-order, make sure you guys use the link down in the description. Yeah, help out the channel. Greatly appreciate the support. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below, as I said before. And with that one, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Later.